Bruh.
Hello. I almost forgot about the mic. I was just about to start talking to the oblivion.
You always do that.
Hello. But no, we're here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another.
Cheers.
Welcome back to another episode of Cheers. I don't think we've said welcome back to Cheers in like the last 4 episodes.
That's okay. We don't have to do it. People will know eventually. One day at a time. One play at a time.
Happy
Second, third week. Election result.
Happy after election day results.
For real.
You're gonna have a field of the edit when you see my face. You're gonna see it loading.
For real.
Yeah, happy after
We have a
election.
new person.
New president, new year, new us. Psych! Are we still the same immigrants that we were last week and we were the week before?
Yeah, but we're not gonna get kicked out. We do it the legal way. We do it the right way.
Because we can't.
The American way.
No, but that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
It is fucked up, but
it's crazy. It's crazy, but it does make you want to like.
go ahead.
Something happened. Something changed.
No, it's just like that. Turn off. The heater turn off.
Oh, I was like, something happened in my ear.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
No, honestly, it like all jokes aside and things like that. I think it makes you appreciate your legal status.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at one point we were just residents. You know what I'm saying? And now, like obviously, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be worried because you never know. But it just makes you appreciate the legality of it, and it also makes you feel scared for your friends. For my friends, I'm scared for a couple of my friends. I'm like, well, don't send them back now. I love them.
I feel
I'll
you.
marry them right now. I don't know if I can say that.
No, wait, sir.
I don't know if I can say that. I'll marry them right now. Just kidding.
Probably not.
I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't be wise.
I'm just kidding.
No, but I see where you're coming from. It's kind of shitty that it's happening, but at the same time, how does it say go? The few ruin it for the most. Like what?
The few something like that. It's like school shootings. Honestly, it is like school shootings. Like it's like the people that wanted to have their automatic fucking bazookas. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. And now they ruined it for everybody. Now we can have bazookas, and I wanted a bazooka in my house. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up. We should have messed with that.
Now,
no, but I see where you're coming from, though, because it sucks that some of these people might get deported, but at the same time, like it's just so much craziness happening all around in these last couple months. No, but I'm saying like the war, of course, always, but you're always gonna worry about your house before your neighbors, you know. And right now, here in the U.S., it's kind of bananas. What happened, like a month or two ago, whenever that poor girl got lit on fire at the subway in New York?
Oh my gosh, yes.
That was done by immigrant. The dude that raped that poor girl here in Georgia.
Oh, at UGA?
Yeah. And he was another immigrant. So, that kind of shit is the reason why I'm like, it sucks that some of these people is going to, like, have to suffer it.
Yeah.
But we push it. Well, not we, but
motherfuckers.
Like people push it.
Just push the wrong people.
Yeah.
Just the wrong people obviously do the wrong things, and it just sucks because a lot of people that do come into this country, they just want to have a better life because it sucks. You know, like it's tough in the other countries, but it's just like I do agree with you have to help your people before you can help anybody else. And Lord, the United States needs a lot of help. Like within itself, like we're like
we need to be more united. That's for sure.
I don't think unity is a thing.
It could be,
but it's not.
It's not right now. We'll see.
We'll
see what happens. Like I voted for him. Like that's interesting because I'm one of the few Hispanics that voted for this dude. Mm-hmm. Now I always say I don't care. Like I'll stand by my beliefs. Mm-hmm. And a lot of Hispanics came at me and they were like, "Well, why would you vote for him? Like he's a motherfucker. He's racist. He's this." And I'm like, "Well, have you look around?" And I give the same examples that I just gave you. Mm-hmm. Like, look what happened in York. Look what happened in Georgia. Like all these things. And the perspective that I have as an immigrant is that I left my country because my government couldn't control this shit,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's coming here
Yeah.
where I'm supposed to be more safe and where I moved to because I was being safe. Like, we don't want that. We don't
Yeah.
want those kind of people. So that's why I voted for him.
Yeah.
Because I don't want these people in this country, which is where I live right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna defend my house. Like, I love Mexico, whatever, but if that's the crazy people that we're gonna bring here, hell no.
Yeah. Let's go back at that point.
Yeah, for real.
Because, like, honestly, it does, as an immigrant, we're immigrants, right? We're not first gen. We're immigrants.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Our kids will be first.
Our kids will be first gen. Okay. So I think I did. So you doubt my ability.
Yes.
It's okay. I was saying, yeah. As an immigrant, I do agree with that. Like, I honestly, if like all like if it was to ever go as bad as it is like back home in Mexico, like all the corruption and things like that, I mean, like, they just go home at that point because at least we get food over there.
For
You know what I'm saying?
good food.
At least we get a little bit better food, but it's just the lesser of two evils, honestly. At this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with this new government. I really believe that he is not messing around and he's gonna send a lot of people back.
I think this is craziness happening all over the place. Let's talk about this inauguration. There's a lot to talk about. Where do you want to start? Like,
Go ahead, because I'm gonna show you.
I'm gonna talk about the fashion girlies. Cause don't look at me, and this is not a fashion outfit. Okay.
Oh, and I saw something that I'm curious to hear your opinion as a woman. Because there's something that I read today. I was like, oh, but go ahead, you start.
What's Jeff Bezos' wife's name?
Yes.
What's her name?
I don't think that's a wife. That's a girlfriend.
Is a fiance. I have
or something. Like
Lauren Sanchez. Miss Lauren Sanchez. I'm not mad at you.
It's just
I'm
what I
not
was
mad
gonna
at
talk
you.
about.
I'm not mad at you because I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's a power move.
It's not.
I get it, but I do believe that there is a time and a place, and that was not the time or the place. Like, it's a no for me, as in, girl, like, it just wasn't the occasion to wear a bralette, a very lingerie, a little sexy moment. She dressed it up. You know, she was wearing the suit. So, like, I get it, but it wasn't the right time. But damn, she looked good. Like, I can't even be mad at her. I'm like, if I look like her and my husband or my fiance to be, or whatever, my man is one of the richest people on the planet, and I'm getting invited to the inauguration of Mr. President Donald Trump.
Well, okay, let me ask you two things.
I'm gonna look good.
Okay, but there's a difference between looking good. Like, Melania looked good and she doesn't look slutty.
Melania.
Let me, hold up. I got two questions as a woman. You say you gotta look good. Who you gotta look good for? Because you're already engaged.
For the fashion girlies.
Okay. But if you're showing that, the guys are gonna look. The girls will say, okay, you look good, but the guys are gonna look. Yeah.
I mean, you saw Mr. Mark Zuckerberg sneaking a peek.
Yeah.
2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah. And you think that, like, who are you looking good for? That was my girl.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's looking at her. And I ask her the same question. She's like, I'm trying to look good for people. I'm like, who the fuck is people? You need to look good for me. We're in a public space. You're being eye candy for the elite. So what? Are you gonna look? Are you gonna look for another billionaire? Are you gonna look for a political?
Why not?
Okay, but you just send a signal, and now you say like, "Oh, I got invited to this inauguration. This might be the last."
Yeah.
Because if I was Jeff Bezos and I saw that shit and I saw everything that he's talking about online, I'd be like, "Hold on,
fuck it.
This might not be wife material. He can call it out.
Yeah.
He's the dude with the money.
Yeah,
he is the dude with the money."
I mean, the fact that he let her out of the house like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he obviously saw the outfit before she went out.
Yeah, so, but I don't think that sometimes guys that see it and they're like, it's a like I can tell you, like sometimes I've gone out with girls, I'm like, oh, that's a little uncomfortable for me, but I cannot tell you like how to dress. Mm-hmm. But if I see all this reaction, of course it's gonna bother me. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, that's not my girl. That's not who I want to get associated with. Right. My wife has to be a classy woman.
And we've talked about that, yeah.
And we talked about it. And like you just said, that there is a time and place for everything, and that wasn't the time nor the place.
I agree, 1,000%.
She might not get engaged after all.
I don't believe that at all.
I'm just saying that could be a deal breaker.
I don't believe
somebody with the amount of money or power and money that somebody like Jeff Bezos has, he can change women like that.
1,000%. But
she's nothing.
But she's also an accomplished lady. She's also a businesswoman.
Nobody heard of her today.
1,000%. No, Not because you don't know her.
Okay, tell me something.
Don't ask me what she did.
Okay.
Don't ask me what she
Exhibit
did.
A.
But she does do something. Like, I do know that. Like, I've read a couple of things about her, not enough to care, honestly. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, she's a cool lady.
She might be a millionaire most, what, like 20, 30 tops?
I mean...
He's with a dude that is worth 200 billion plus.
But here's the thing.
Bruh.
He saw her, and he said, all right, we're going to this thing.
Okay,
and there has to be some sort of background motive. Like, it has to be something, like, totally different. Because if we're talking about Melania, and I love this TikTok that I saw before the 12-hour ban. It was more like about political fashion, and I never really, I love looking into fashion and things like that. Again, don't look at my outfit, but I love looking at what it means, like besides fashion.
But let me ask you this: does it really mean what it says, or is somebody interpreting
both?
What?
Both, because here's the thing. So the comparison to this inauguration to the Trump family, there was a comparison made to the Kennedy family with Jackie and all of that, and how it was more about strengthening the American family, the modest woman. American is Christian. It's modesty, like we, that's not true. But I think that they're trying to build that image with Melania and all the kids. Like, everybody looked great. Like, all of them looked, very poised, very modest, very elegant. And what does that mean? Boy,
It's 15 minutes.
Okay, well, it's not 15 minutes here. Leave me alone. I got it.
Okay.
Fuck.
Because I don't trust you sometimes.
Okay, I see you don't trust me. Let me do my job.
If I hear that shit going off in the middle of the sentence, I'll keep that.
Okay. So, anyways, before I was blatantly interrupted.
I can hit you back there. Come away.
So, I think, so the whole comparison, So the whole comparison of Trump and Melania is obviously very different. But I mean, you cannot tell me that Melania is just not there for a check. Like, homegirl hates that man. And homegirl's got that man wrapped around his finger because she knows that he needs her. Did you see that kiss? The kiss. You know that girl is getting her bag. Like, I just know that obviously Trump is very smart too, but I just know that this girl is playing the fuck out of him. Like, I just know that she's getting her bag. She's the one setting up the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really feel like it's Melania's way. Like, obviously, like, she has some rules as well. Like, you're gonna have to be my wife for these amount of years. You're gonna have to do political stuff. You're gonna have to be this, that, and the other. But she's like, okay, if I'm gonna have to do all that, you're not gonna touch me. We're just gonna be together because we have to be. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but they already, like, he touches her. I mean, prove they have a fucking kid that is, like, 7 foot tall.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know that they have a kid together, but, like, Miss Girl is just there for the bag.
I mean, I think she was there for the bag at the beginning, but I think that she also got addicted to the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And she came to appreciate the dude. I think she did. They've been together for like 20 plus years.
Yeah, but have you seen any of their interactions?
Yeah, I know, but she hates the public eye. She has said it publicly.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the fact that she has to be the first lady because all the publicity and all the scrutiny and all the negative things that people have to say about her. Especially because she is an immigrant, so sometimes they attack him on that front. Which is kind of fucked up because she's just in the middle. Yeah. She's just existing.
I think that...
So I think she's tired of being mistreated by the public.
I think so too. But, like, at the same time, if there is no, like... the body language has a lot. You know what I'm saying? Why would she not kiss him?
But let's talk about the last 5 presidents. Mm-hmm. When have you seen, like, some kind of, like, touchy moment? You didn't see it with the Clintons. You didn't see it with the Bush. You didn't see it with Obama.
I feel like I saw a kiss at least. Like a holding. Like, for like somebody that I believe is in a true marriage is Barack and Michelle. Like, they were life partners. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were on the same page. And I do agree with you on like, Melania just kind of stuck there because she got with him when he was a playboy or
just a rich
celebrity, just a rich dude. And now he's the president. Like, I don't think she's
levels. Up. Yeah, there are levels. And
Yeah, I don't think she signed up for all of that.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, her body language. She's such a diva. I love her. Like I really.
But she's a classic diva. That's going back to what we're talking about.
Yeah, she's 1,000% a classic diva. I think that the contrast between Melania and
soon to be Bezos' ex.
No, what was
future.
her name? Jill Sanchez? What did I say? Melanie Sanchez?
Whoever.
No, we need to know her name. We need to know her name.
Somebody that we'll forget.
No, we're not gonna forget her.
I think that she's gonna be an ex pretty soon.
Lauren Sanchez.
Lord,
So-
is she Spanish? She sounds like
Yeah,
Venezuelan.
she
has a
she's
lot
Hispanic.
of lot of work done. Is she like Venezuelan or Colombian?
I think she's this one.
Yeah,
Actually,
it makes
let's look it
sense.
up.
It makes sense because those people have a lot of work done.
Lauren
Yeah,
Sanchez.
for some reason, those cultures like to fix themselves a lot. I would say either Colombian or Venezuela. I'll die
Oh,
by
she
that
was
hill.
born in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, she's American.
I just talked shit about Venezuela and Colombia, and
Yeah, my
wasn't
bad. Girl.
my bad too. Though.
But she does have like some sort of
Yeah,
Hispanic
Sanchez
in her.
doesn't sound
Yeah,
white, brother.
Sanchez is not
Yeah.
definitely. But here's the thing, right? So the contrast between Melania, the classic, voice, whatever, and then Lauren. Sorry, Lauren. Sorry.
That's it. The girl that showed her tits
And
and
then
from moment.
and then Lauren, I think is the perfect example of like old money and new money. Like I just think that comparison, like she's definitely an Instagram baddie. She could be an OF model if she wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like she's that type of baddie. But Melania is more like a classic baddie.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? And I
Yeah.
think the contrast is just so like that really is how divided the United States is. You know what I'm saying? Like we have the Instagram baddies and then we have people that are trying to bring back modesty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but how crazy it is that you just say that. If somebody were to tell me, hey, your girlfriend looks like an OF model, that would be such a turn off to me.
Yeah.
I would end the relationship in that moment.
You're not that type of man. You're not made for them.
I'm not.
Like you have to be made for an OF model type of girl. Like you have to.
Yeah.
You just.
I
have
just
to.
don't. As a man, I think that that's a disrespectful way because a woman, somebody that really loves a woman, will treat her as his equal.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you're objectifying my wife, my other half,
Mm-hmm.
is something that I don't see, especially people with a lot of power, like Jeff Bezos, a lot of money.
Right.
I don't know.
But-
I mean, he's in his fuckboy era, that's for sure. That's a different topic.
You think so?
Fuck yes. He divorced his ex-wife because he was just like dicking around.
The Wolf of Wall Street type of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that girl became the richest woman in the world
Yeah.
because of a divorce.
Yeah.
And he's still rich as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in his fuckboy era. So I could be like, yeah, she's fun, like whatever. Like maybe I give you like $1 million or $2 million a month, and like she would just do me and all that kind of shit, you know.
Yeah, me and man like that.
But damn,
$1 million or $2 million a month.
that's pocket change for like somebody like Jeff Bezos.
Okay, that is not
How
my
crazy
pocket
it is,
change.
for
You know
real.
what I'm saying? So they are not engaged. They're not engaged, right?
But you also gotta think about the fact that they're such public persona. Who you're with also talks about you. Because I'll give you another example. Whenever the thing was happening between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard,
Mm-hmm.
Elon was kind of like messing around with Amber.
Right.
And whenever that happens, Elon was like, you might be good in the side, but let's skip our distance. And he completely disappeared, and nobody remembers
Right, because she was crazy.
that.
But that's a huge difference between the type of women. Like there really
We
is.
don't know about this girl. We didn't know nothing
No.
about Amber until that happened.
1,000%, but I think that there's levels of women, obviously, and I do think that it's a game whenever you're dealing with like those type of people. Because I mean, she's also worth like 30 million.
Yeah, but like that's nothing.
I know that's
that.
nothing. I know that's nothing compared to a man like Jeff, but it does make me respect him a little bit more. Because you got a baddie that is somebody. Maybe obviously not as crazy as you, but not. She's a baddie. She's somebody. She has her own money, and she's in your age range. Like she's not like
Like a 20
like
year
a
old.
twin, like a Leonardo DiCaprio type of thing. Like he's not banging 20-year-olds, and if he is, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But a woman like that, like that's a woman. Like that's not a girl. That's not a young woman. That's a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I mean, I can see it. You know, like I'm not mad at Jeff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, like I see you. I see you pulling a bad bitch. You know, and I see her pulling a mega multi-millionaire, billionaire, trazillionaire, the whole nine. So there's mutual, like honestly, there's mutual respect for them. And again, back to the fashion choice. She's just that girl. She's like, again, I don't agree with the time and the place, but I'm not mad. I'm just not mad. Because some girls really are like, I'm still gonna be that sexy black cat vibe. Yeah. And now I gotta respect that. Like, okay, girl, be the black cat. Be the sexy hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with it.
I guess I'm just too old school because I will not appreciate my wife going to those kind of events, dressed like that. You know, like that. I will feel a little embarrassed because, like I said, to me it seems like, who are you trying to look sexy for? Because there's nothing but powerful men around. So are you gonna change me for Zuckerberg, for Musk, for Trump?
Why not? I mean,
you're worthless because you're thinking about just using me. So
he's using her.
Maybe he loves her. How do you know that he's?
How do you know that that she's also gonna like sleep around?
The fact that he invited her to such an important event, it means that at least he's not messing around. Yeah, she might be, but he's not. Because you don't take your side bitch to just an important event like that. You don't take your side piece to meet your business partners.
True. But they've been together for a while. Like, they've been...
So if this is serious, who are you dressing for like that?
Okay, maybe she's dressing for herself. Leave her alone. I mean, he saw her walking out of the house like that, and I'm sure he said, damn, you look good. Like, I know he said that. Like, he's the man, and she looked good. Yeah. Like, and again, I know you're going to disagree with me. I got to give it to her. She wore a suit. Like, she wore a suit.
Was that a suit? I thought she was dressing like a dress.
Or a blazer or whatever. She had some formal attire on.
Semi-formal.
I mean, listen.
It was designer.
So I loved it. I'm so for all the fashion choices that were made at this place, honestly.
I mean, it definitely was a cool event. You know what really, like, oh my God, I cannot stop thinking about it, and I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. Changing a little bit of the subject. You can see this room full of powerful and influential people all across the U.S., and you see like a straight line, and you see that distortion. Like this tall motherfucker. And he's Barron Trump. That dude just stands up. And
he's tall. He's a tall man.
He's tall. He's like 6'8", 6'9", like crazy.
6'9"?
Yeah, they say he's the same height as a professional basketball player. He's a tower.
Yeah, he's huge.
He is. He really does stand out. Yeah. And every single time he's on a video, he's like, oh, he's our next president. He's our next this, that. I'm like,
maybe.
He does have the core. Yeah. And something that really, really blows my mind is like, this dude is a perfect age. His dad is in the middle of it. He's 18. He's not too young to not understand what's going on, but young enough
to mold himself.
And to learn a lot.
Yeah.
He has elite education. He's surrounded by the most powerful people in the world. He has everything. I wanna pick his brain. Yeah. I feel like he would be such a fascinating dude to talk to.
I think if let's say that things go, honestly, whichever way they're gonna go, he could really be like a difference, because he is, like you said, like he's 18, so he's not young but not old, and he is surrounded by literally the most powerful billionaire, trillionaire, quadrillion, whatever you want to call them, and it's like,
and he's old enough to be with his dad next to him, so he can actually learn how to run a country. Right. You're not just running the family business. You're running the country.
The family business is the country. Now, I mean, Barron could make such a huge difference in the world. Like, if he does see like the dystopian balance of like the mega rich, and then let's take him to like Skid Row or something like that. Let's take him to Pennsylvania, to the ghetto, like for real. And if he were to like really, I don't know what the word is, but like whatever, maybe some empathy, maybe just what realization, whatever, he could really be such a different man in this world and really mold it because of all the knowledge that he's learning right now at 18.
Think he already kind of is, because a lot of people say that he was the influence behind Trump going to all these famous podcasts, like Theo Bond
He
and
said
Rogan
that.
and all
Yep.
that.
He
He
even
said that himself?
at the
interview.
second whatever event it was at the arena.
Mhm.
He looks back and he's like, "This is my son Byron," and he's the one that he said Joe Rogan. He's like, he is the one that got me to go to all these podcasts. Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan was amazing. I was like, okay, Joe Rogan, come on, get your shout out by the president. So like, yeah,
He was there.
Yeah, he was there. I saw him.
Yeah, I saw his bald head too. That's an inspiration. That's the American dream.
Is this the American dream? That's kind of messed up to say, because listen, it looked like we were watching not an inauguration. It didn't feel like award showy. Like, it wasn't a lot of celebrities. It was just billionaires. It just felt like such a different event.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel presidential.
I mean, it did feel presidential, but at the same time, it felt like there was a lot of money behind it. That was definitely just like, I don't know. It felt like people are really paying the government. I don't know.
But just because you're paying the government and you have all this money, are you qualified to run a country?
We'll find out. I mean, one debate that they've been saying is that every single sector that is private improves way better than a public one.
I didn't understand what you just said. Could you please repeat?
Okay, so the private sector is everything that is controlled by like a business. So think about cell phones. 30 years ago, cell phones were this huge thing that looked like a brick, and you will carry everywhere, and it had like a huge antenna, and it was very uncomfortable to carry, but you will still use it.
Right.
30 years forward, you had the iPhone, which has internet, and you can make calls, text,
put in your
pocket. You have a GPS. Like, it's everything that we never thought that we would have in our pockets 30 years ago. You know, so it has improved. Now you look at the government sector, which is public schools. What has changed between now and 30 years back?
School shootings.
Well, no. Besides that, but that has nothing to do with school shootings.
Oh.
But what has changed between public education? Like, what has improved in these last 30 years?
Nothing.
Exactly. So that's what people think, that maybe billionaires and all these corporate people coming into the government will be good because they'll be able to make it better, like improve it. And time will tell.
For funding?
No, just for innovation. So just like there was competition with the cell phone, and like the fact that you wanted to sell more cell phones was what made it better in the last 30 years.
Right.
We can do the same with all these public entities,
right,
like education, perhaps. That's what I mean.
We'll see.
It's a different year.
It's a different year.
It's a different take. Yeah. We'll definitely see this next 4 years. Maybe in a year, maybe 4 years. Maybe we're going to shed in 4 years. Maybe we'll improve and we'll learn how to fly in 4 years.
Who knows? Honestly, we've obviously never seen any type of government like this before, so it's, I don't know. The fact that everybody looks so excited.
It's a big change.
It's obviously like there's something in the works between all the billionaires at this point, and I mean, who knows? I mean, the fact that TikTok is now like, there's just so many moving pieces, like, as we speak, like, right now.
But there has always been. I just feel like the only difference is that because of the information that we have access to, we can be a little more conscious about all the moving pieces. We still don't see the whole board.
Yeah.
But we see more pieces now.
Right.
We will never see the whole board. Unless you're really into it.
I mean, as long as we get a little bit better. We just want groceries down.
Or
rent down.
I need my checks inflated, not my rent.
Yeah, checks inflated, please. You know, like, but healthcare, available healthcare will be nice. That would be very lovely.
The fact that you can have a kid and not going to bankrupt.
Debt, bankruptcy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to. You know, that's a huge topic because, like, honestly, one of the things that turns me off about having a kid, I'm like, why would I want to put myself in that much debt?
Yeah.
Like,
that's
no, thank
bad
you.
As college.
Literally, like, as soon as you're done paying your medical bill, you're gonna start saving up for college. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, free college would be nice too. Shit, Bernie Sanders. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, again, it's just a lot of pieces. But let's go back to this inauguration.
Yeah. Okay, but I got a question because you said something that caught my attention. You say that that's not the American dream. Why not? Speaking about Joe Rogan. Say why not, and I'll tell you why I thought it was.
I see where you can say that, and I know exactly what you're gonna say. You're gonna say start from the bottom, now we're here type of thing. Like, and I get it 1,000%. Like, you really, that is the American dream. Like, to start from zero and make yourself something, and be able to live from it, maybe get rich from it, whatever. But I think it's kind of messed up because, yeah, sure, he's at the presidential inauguration. Yes, he does have a lot of influence, but at the end of the day, he is not qualified to be in any political shenanigans. Yes, you can have your opinion as a podcaster. You're more than welcome to do debates. But at the end of the day, you have no like real training. You know what I'm saying? Like it will be like putting a podcaster that talks about healthcare, medicine, but has no real training, like in school with an actual needle or whatever, and put him in an ER.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from. I think the fact that so many people believe in him is the fact that he has always been true to himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very honest about saying, hey, you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to bring somebody that does, and he's going to explain the best he can.
Right.
To the best of his ability to somebody who has zero knowledge about the subject like me.
Right.
And that's how he starts conversation. Careful with the gods. Careful with the gods. Because I go ahead.
You were saying that a lot of people trust in him, and if he doesn't know,
yeah. Because in this last couple of years, especially since COVID, people just don't trust the quote unquote experts.
Right.
You saw so many misinformation on the news to the point where everyday Joes were like, this is bullshit. So we start turning for new information, and it turns out that a fucking podcaster seems to be the most right about it, which is crazy. So that's why people trust in him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I get it. At the end of the day, the government has never been fully transparent. But if people that were transparent before are now in the government, are they no longer being as transparent because it's no longer in their best interest? Like, because now they have to go to these parties. Now they have to cater to whoever they donated to, or you know, because now there's real money involved between the actual parties. Like party A, let's talk about the Joe Rogan. Let's say that Joe Rogan donated X amount of money to the Trump campaign to make this happen. Okay, well, it happened. So now there's actual like strings attached. So it does make me be like, you know, how truthful are you being now? Because now you're really involved with the government, and we know that the government is never going to be truly for us.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from, and this is the thing why I think people trust about Joe Rogan, is that he said for a long time, when he started running the first time in like 2016, he was like, I don't like the dude, I don't trust him. I'm not going to endorse him. But then he said, yeah. But he started seeing the change, and he started seeing how crazy some of the policies were doing and how it's affecting. Like the fact that LA doesn't have water in their hydrants because of the policies, because people wanted, the government wants to donate the money to the LGBT community so people can have a surgery instead of having water in fucking hydrants.
Yeah.
Then that's the kind of thing that is like, okay, like this guy is saying we shouldn't do that. Like maybe he's right, you know?
Yeah.
So I can see the change, and he has never donated money as far as we know, and he always said it. Even in his show, he was like, he never paid me. He just asked, and I asked him, and he was welcome to come, and he had the same invitation for Kamala.
Why?
And she never came.
Okay, I really wonder why both presidential candidates chose to go to different podcasts. And, well, I feel like I know part of the reason. It's very obvious, you know, like in the retrospect of things. Kamala went to call her daddy, and Trump went to the Joe Rogan Experience. And I think that that's just so... It's so bizarre. I do wish both of them would have gone to both podcasts. Because you said that Joe Rogan also extended the invitation to Kamala.
Yes.
Alex Cooper also extended the invitation to Trump, and they each party said no to each other. So obviously,
who was the second person after Rogan?
The Call Her Daddy girl.
Oh, okay.
Her name's Alex Cooper. Yeah.
Okay, but did she ask for money? Because she got paid when she interview.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Because she got interview. She got paid when she interviewed Kamala. Like they pay her money. Like for
who paid her?
The Kamala campaign.
How do you know that?
Because it was public.
It's confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
then
can see that.
And then when Trump went to Rogan, he was like, "I'm not going to charge you. I just want to talk to you."
But here's.
And then we'll see.
But I do get it from the call her daddy perspective because she is running the business, and maybe Joe Rogan doesn't need that money, and not that Alex Cooper does. Like she's now a millionaire, but she's not as
well.
But
I
don't want to say that because at this point she is well off. Like she has the brand is built. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But Joe Rogan has so much more longevity right now.
He has more credit because he is more believable. Okay, so I'll tell you this perspective from Joe Rogan because I listen to both podcasts. Do you listen to the Kamala podcast?
Honestly, no.
It was terrible. You can hear that those questions were premeditated and they were practiced. So there was this moment I was like, this is fake.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh well, I wanted to ask you about this question, like what you did when. Then she starts laughing. Kamala starts laughing, and she was like, oh, you're gonna say about us? So she finished her question. I was like, girl, tell me that's not a stage.
Yeah.
And then they built a set of they call her daddy podcast just for that interview.
Right. She does that everywhere though.
Who?
The Call Her Daddy podcast built the set like wherever they're going.
Okay, well I didn't know that. So that was like a big issue because they wanted Rogan to travel to her, and Rogan was like, no, we're done in my studio, so there's no like shenanigans happening. And they were like, okay, we can go, but we're gonna have control of the editing. And Rogan was like, I don't edit my interviews. If we're gonna go for 3 hours and at some point you're gonna say fuck, that's gonna own the show. And then they were like, oh, maybe for 1 hour then. And she was like, oh. And then Rogan was like, let me know. I know you're gonna be in Texas because he's in Texas. He said, if you're gonna be here available at 1 a.m, I'll be available at 1 a.m. because I know you're gonna be in Texas. Yeah. She never said yes to that.
She who?
Kamala.
Okay. Gotcha. I mean,
so she was dodging kind of like the interview with this dude because he didn't want to. She didn't have full control of the editing product. She didn't want to go for too long. She didn't want to be with him because he knew that he was going to ask some hard questions.
Right. I mean, I definitely think that there was. It's just the difference of campaigning was just so, like, obvious, you know. But but also at the same time, we only got Kamala for president the last, 3 months? You know what I'm saying? What do you mean? Like, she wasn't even supposed to be a presidential candidate until, the last 3 months. What was that, 3 months? 1 month?
Something like that.
It was a
2
short,
or 3. Yeah.
It was, a short time.
Well, we found out she was going to be the nominee.
Yeah. We didn't find out. They said, this is your new nominee. There was no option. You
also,
know what I'm saying?
The way that they did it, because it felt like she was still in the presidency. Because usually because
you want to get voted into that.
Yeah, you want to get voted into that. So there are steps that you're gonna take so you can get that nomination. And she just skipped all those steps.
I agree 100%. Yeah.
So people saw her with dirty eyes. You know, they were like, they're trying to force this person into us. And 1,000%. The fact that she couldn't, just keep on a conversation and the way she, it was very little things that just added up to not trusting that person. I think that we can have a woman president one day. It just needs to be the right one. Yeah. And she wasn't the right one.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's just the presidency right now with Trump. I think that the thing that is just hardest for me to grasp is that this man is just like a regular celebrity. You know, he's like The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Let's say The Rock one day,
they throw his in at some point. I was like, bro.
It's just I don't know why this is bringing up, but I remember in my U.S. history class in my senior year of high school, we had a thing about presidency because it was president year. It was election year. It was the first year of Trump. And I remember, why do you have to be the steps to become president? And it was you have to be eligible. You have to do all this and that. And I'll never forget. All you have to be is 35 years old.
And a U.S. citizen.
And a natural born U.S. citizen. And I remember asking this. I was like, well, you want to have political experience and this. And my teacher was like, nope. And it just stuck with me. And now it just the times that we are living now, that was true. This man just had to be 35 years old and be a U.S. born citizen. And now it's just really anybody could do it. And this man really became that anybody could do it. Like, this man was a playboy. Like, you
but
know
it
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
really
Like,
just
it's
anybody.
crazy.
You know, it was someone that had success in the private sector.
Yeah.
So he was well known.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was the difference. He was a huge celebrity. Because I'm pretty sure some big celebrities could run for office and maybe even get a nomination.
Yeah.
Who knows if they can win it?
Kanye.
But they could.
You know what I'm saying?
He will not be. But he's too crazy for people.
Oh yeah, he is. But the thing is, like, when you think of Trump, now you think of president, but like, maybe it's different for women because
you're fired.
Not even you are fired, but also this man was the owner of Miss Universe for many years, and like one of the queens was like, yeah, he expected the hell out of me. He did this, that, and the other. Like, he has so many sexual assault charges. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our president. Mm-hmm. Like, it's crazy. Like, no matter how you look at it, and I'm not trying to say this in like a total negative way. I don't think at this point it's neither negative nor positive. I think it's just cold facts, and it's just a crazy thing to say.
But which person that is in that level of...
The conversation was good. Stop.
Let me tell you something.
No, don't tell me nothing.
Before I was so rudely interrupted.
What goes around comes around.
What person that has that level of, I guess, power, money, whatever you want to call it, doesn't have skeletons in his closet? Because I'll give you another example. Clinton, that famous Monica Lewinsky scandal. I mean, he wasn't a celebrity. He wasn't nothing but the president and then the governor of, I think, Massachusetts. So, I mean, that has happened before. The only difference is that we live in such a social media era that everything gets amplified by 1,000.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I'm not saying that. I think all of the presidents that we've ever had have skeletons in their closet. You know, I don't think that there's a true, real, like, blue collar family man out here. You know, I think at that point, everybody, it's like money changes you, politics change you, corruption changes, power changes.
Shows who you are. It shows who you are.
Like, if you're a good person or a bad person. Who's a good person that you know that has power?
I honestly believe that it might not be the best person, but I think his head is in the right place. I think Elon. I think the fact that what he is doing for
what
people,
is
he said many things that I was like, you know what, like, I get it. One thing that I really like, he said at some point, hey, if Tesla has to fail because there's a car in the world that is creating better cars and it's better for the environment than mine, and my company goes bankrupt, it goes bankrupt. I'll lose the company if this can benefit the world. I was like, damn. Of course, he has billions of dollars, so he's not worried about money, really.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. And then him buying
That's
Twitter.
Pretty humbling.
Yeah, it's pretty humbling for a dude that is like... Because you're supposed to be this greedy businessman.
Well, he's not.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't even own property.
Yeah. I mean, of course he owns a lot of shit, but...
He doesn't own houses or anything like that.
Not houses, but he owns, like, a lot of fucking buildings. And, you know, so, like, he owns the stuff. Just maybe... You cannot be a billionaire and be like, oh, I don't know nothing. Bitch, wipe my house with that answer. But I see where you're coming from. It's PR, whatever. Yeah. But, I mean, him buying Twitter and be like, hey, there needs to be freedom of speech. You cannot censor people just because you don't agree with them. Okay, I fuck with that. You know? If you want to say the fucking sky is red instead of blue, then you can say it. You might be wrong, and people's gonna correct you, but you can say it.
Yeah. I get it. That the things you talk about, the whole Twitter X thing and the whole buying thing. But you know who I also think is kind of like also has a lot of money, but is kind of in the right place. Like, it kind of gives me Elon vibes, Mr. Beast.
Okay.
Like, he gives me those like evil genius type of vibe.
But he's doing it for a good reason.
It's giving like Robin Hood a little bit.
Yeah, he's not like a douchebag like Logan Paul, you know.
Man,
but that's what I'm saying.
Fuck that man.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there are levels, and then he's gonna hate some people.
He does nothing for the people, for the environment. All he does is
he's as shallow as they come.
Which is fine. Like, make your money. You know, not everybody is for the humanity. You know, if you
But don't pretend to be. That's what people hate about people. That's what I hate about.
If you were rich and let's say you're like Mr. B status, like you're an entertainer, you're not in like politics or anything like that. What would be your seed to the earth? What is your contribution to this world?
I will definitely fight for animal rights.
Okay, work.
That's
what
my
kind
goal.
of animal work? Animal rights.
Any kind of animal. So
what specifically? Like what today is wrong with the animal world?
I will fight to make more serious punishment for people that mistreat animals. So like dog fights, cock fights.
Just any fights.
Yeah. I mean that fights. The fact that some animals get mistreated, like you cannot beat up a dog, you cannot kill animals just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Cattle needs to be treated a certain way so they can die with dignity, even if they just breed for that.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff will be the thing that will move me.
That will be your thing. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
That and probably the jail system, the prison system, because going to jail only breaks you even more. It corrupts your soul more than as it's already been corrupted. So we'll fight to make it better and to punish the right people in the hardest possible way.
Ooh, period. Okay.
I mean, there are levels. Like if you didn't pay your fines for like a whole year and you're gonna end up in jail, go to jail. But we're gonna help you rehabilitate and all that kind of shit. But if you were a serial killer and you kill like 50 kids, you're gonna get put down, brothers.
Yeah.
We don't. I'm not gonna pay my taxes for the next 50 years just so you can be comfortable in myself. Like, the world is better off without it.
I'm honestly a fan of the death penalty
for certain cases. Things. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I think I'm on the same boat as you. Like, if you didn't pay your taxes or whatever, like, okay. But if you are out here setting people on fire, I don't care if this is your first person on fire. You're out. Like,
that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like sometimes like the system is like, well, it's his first time.
Oh, he only beheaded 2 people for the first time. It's okay.
Like, okay, he won't do it again. Like, please get out of here. Like, please get this human out of my face, like out of my life, out of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like even the immigrant that killed that girl at the UGA
here in Georgia. Oh, yeah, that was a brutal case.
That one.
When I read that, I said, "Bro, it's gonna be so much harder now for immigrants because of this piece of shit."
That case. It's so scary because a lot of our friends went to UGA. Mm-hmm. A lot of my girlfriends are UGA alumni. And they're like, we went running in that track. We know exactly what she did. It's like it's just like I get a little goosebumps.
It's the fact that it's so close to home.
It's so close to home, and it's just. I mean, even the New York thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
we used to ride the train.
The train
at midnight.
Like we were part of the train at some point. You know, like we rode it so much. And it's like, I will never forget seeing the craziness of New York. You know, New York is like its own little thing, but
it's not as bad.
I think it's worse.
Nah. What do you mean?
I think it's just a lot of craziness. Like, I mean, that person that set themselves on fire outside the Trump thing. Like, it's just like.
I thought you were talking about because there's a lot of people, but it's not that many people.
Of what?
In New York.
It's just New York. New York is just its own crazy thing. But we're digressing from the point. I'm a fan of the death penalty. Like honestly, like honestly, why are these school shooters alive?
They're not. Well, the ones that get caught alive.
A lot. Well. You're right. You're thinking of people that themselves. But I'm thinking of honestly, I don't know people's names. But the one that is still. I
think it's Sandy. No. The Aurora dude is alive.
Somebody's still alive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, why are these people still alive? Like, why? It's just like for example, like the dude that killed all of his family. Because he was having an affair, Mike Watts, Christopher Watts, something like that. Yeah. That he put all of his family in a tank of oil. Why is that man still? Why are we paying for this man to keep breathing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like I am
those kind of cases are the ones that we don't need
cases.
Let's make space for good people.
You know what we should really bring back to scare people? Public executions. I know it sounds brutal. I don't know if maybe I'll see one just to see what's up. But after that, I think I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's giving like Death Note. You know what I'm saying? Like once he's like people started catching on because he wanted to make the world a better place, and he was like, Japan's crime rates are like a low time. That's not right.
All time low.
All time low. And people are afraid. You know, like I'm about that. Like,
Yeah,
okay, like he had a good point. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm for that. So let's bring it back. You know, I'm yeah. Like I'm sorry, that's a little dark, but some people just do not need to be on this earth.
Yeah, we're
Sorry.
doing one harm.
Sorry.
We do not need that kind of negativity.
So back to the inauguration. Next to this next topic, I need you to talk to me about the salutes Mr. Elon Musk did.
That's autism talking, bro.
Huh?
That's autism talking.
Autism?
Yeah. I mean, he said it. He has Asperger's. What was it? Something like that. Something ASP.
Okay.
But he's some kind of he's in the spectrum
of autism.
Yes.
Honestly, I feel like too many people are claiming autism.
Yes.
Some of y'all are just stupid. Like, let's just be real. Like,
Yeah,
let's just. I also like for a man to be that brilliant, you know, like I think that what happened, he was just excited.
He was I think he was excited too. He was just going with whatever felt right in the moment. Because you can see it in all the rallies that he was with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He just comes and looks goofy. You know, like I love the dude. Like I think he's the smartest man. But he just looks goofy sometimes when he walks and he does that kind of stuff.
Like his social cues sometimes go off the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today was one of those times. And the fact that Trump got associated with being racist for so long did not help.
So what did he do? Like, was he actually doing a Nazi salute?
I mean, honestly, I don't think so. Only he knows that. But I don't think so. I think he was just like, because you know, when you're saluting, you're doing this. Well, is it the left or the right hand? Oh, I don't want to offend people. I'm sorry. I think it's a right. I think it's a right. So I'm guessing he was trying to do that. Like, I mean, he just came out wrong, you know, because the problem was that he put his hand up here straight.
Yeah, he did the whole like Nazi.
Yeah, he did the whole movement. That the fact it went from your chest all the way straight forward.
I don't think you can do that on YouTube.
I will look at it.
Okay, yeah, I don't think that's allowed.
Well, I'm gonna use a thumbnail, so I put my hand up. Yeah, I definitely give the Nazi salute vibes. You know, like I said, hey.
Yeah.
And people are using for an excuse to call them racist and all that kind of stuff. You know, but I think it's just social media, legacy media, trying to taint the situation. You know, I thought it was like something that happened in the moment, and they're just making a big deal out of it.
Yeah, there was this video that I actually saw that somebody in Germany showed that video to German people, and they were like, "Ooh, this is what y'all doing?" Like they were just like,
but do they have context?
They just saw the video of him doing that salute.
Yeah, that's fair. That's dividing things. You know?
I agree 1,000%. But
that's misinformation.
Again, don't quote me, but I don't think he meant it that way. I don't think he wants that type of thing to happen.
Yeah, especially because he's African.
I always forget that man is African. Honestly.
I mean, he's white.
Okay, there's white people in Africa. Mm-hmm. We have what's her name?
Petri. Has their name.
Oh, well, her Petri is last. What? It's her nickname.
Oh really?
Yeah, I remember because I couldn't say her name at first.
Oh, that's her American name. Like
that was her. People. That was her
white people.
Her white. I mean, there were so many. Anyways.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. I really don't think that man meant it, and let's just honestly let's hope that this man doesn't mean it, because if he does mean it, then we really are fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what are we gonna do? Nothing. They run the world. Like who run the world? Billionaires. Who run the world? Politicians. You know what I'm saying? Like let's be real. Like all these people are running the world right now.
But okay, that is that with Mr. Musk. I don't think he meant it, but we'll see what happens in this upcoming days. But honestly, I don't think nothing's gonna come out of it. I just think that it was a poor choice of movements, and he's just paying the price for it. But I mean, he'll get over it. He say worse things. But I wanted to show you this video.
Show me
and see your reaction, because when I saw it, I was like, "This is bullshit.
Let me see.
So the context, because I don't know if you're gonna see the context, because the video is only 1 minute long.
Okay.
But the
asylum
context,
seekers with CBP, one appointment turned away. What's CBP?
okay, so that's an app that the Biden administration made to make appointments for immigrants, so they can have an appointment for their to get a visa or like some kind of like legal status here in the U.S.
Is this appointment in the United States or in their country?
No, in the United States.
Okay, so we are in the United States. Okay.
They're outside of the United States. But,
so we're not in the United States.
I mean, the appointment is in the United States, but you're supposed to wait outside of the United States. So right now
like
they're
at the border?
Yeah. So they're in
Right.
Mexico,
Okay.
and they're waiting for this appointment. But you do these appointments through that
That app.
website. Yeah, that app. So once Trump took office, they shut down that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we're not doing this. Like, we have too many immigrants. We need to be more strict about it. Because everybody could get an appointment and pretty much just come in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So they shut that down. And then there's a video of this person that is reacting to it. I don't want to see your reaction and what's your take from it.
Okay.
So,
I got the same hat. I do have the same hat.
There's a specific part that I want to show you. See if they show it.
Ciudad, Mexico. Did they mean like Ciudad de Juárez?
No. I mean, maybe, but.
Ciudad, Mexico. That makes no sense. What's that mean?
I mean, they just shut the application down, so all the people that were waiting, like, your appointment just disappeared. Well, it's something like that. That's not exactly the one that I wanted to show you, but
Okay.
it's just, it's so fake. Hold on. Keep talking. Because I saw it on X. Honestly, I thought it would be easier to find it here.
No, you can't. Anything that you find on social media, you have to save it,
and
screen record it. You cannot find the exact same video on like YouTube online or anything like that. Like honestly, what am I?
The video, the photo.
Oh, the photo. What does that mean? So this salute means something.
I mean, it doesn't really mean nothing. It's just the fact that they did a movement and it got cut. But because Elon is associated with Trump, they're trying to make it a bigger deal. But he just proved that everybody else does it at some point. It's just like an involuntary move.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So why do you want to show me this video?
I wanted to show you because there's this woman that is crying, kind of like what you. Oh, I found it.
You found it. Oh, it's some lady.
It's the same lady. It's just a different angle.
Okay.
What's your take from that video?
There's not really a lot of context. I mean,
the fact that
another lady crying.
Yeah, I mean, she's crying. I think she's heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like she made her a little too hard for the camera. But what really bothers me was that how many people were like, she's crying.
Yeah. I mean, that's
it's propaganda right there.
It's giving you just lost the football game. How are you feeling right now? Bitch, what do you mean? I'm feeling probably angry.
I mean, I just feel like that's the people that is anti-Trump,
mm-hmm.
and they just looking for an excuse to, this poor woman is heartbroken because her whole life is ruined. But they don't really care.
I mean, it's content.
They're using her as a prop.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a crazy thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I mean, it's journalism, honestly. It's like
that's like being a paparazzi, like.
True. I mean, I feel for the woman. Like, if she had this appointment for
months, years,
and, like whatever it is, like, the appointment is just magically gone, and that sucks. Like that, like people had plans, and if people were taking the time to make real appointments and do it the legal way, like unfortunately, it was just that timing. Like honestly, like I'm not saying I don't feel bad for this woman. Like I don't feel anything at all for this woman. You know what I'm saying? Like no shade. It just it's the reality of many people that are wanting to come into this country, that are in this country. Like it's just honestly, if you don't have papers, that sucks. Like it's I feel like that sounds a little bit cold, but
it is.
This is a cold truth. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope you find your papers. I hope something happens. Like whatever it is that you gotta do. It's just. I think it's. I also feel like we go through this every 4 years.
Yes.
Like it also happened the first time that Trump took office. It happened again when Biden took office. It's happening again. Like, it happens every 4 years because all the presidents want different immigration laws, and people want to keep coming into this country and doing all kinds of things, but things get changed all the time. So it just sucks.
Yeah.
Is it as hard to go to another country as it is hard to come to the United States? Like, is
I guess it will depend where you're coming from,
right,
and how you're doing it. Because I know for Mexicans it's hard, but people from Venezuela and Colombia it's even harder.
right. Well, because when I went to China, I remember the visa process was also very like strict.
Yeah.
Like, who are you? Why are you coming? Who are you coming with? Like, it was very much like security. Like, even when we got there, and they patted us twice, like then they said where you coming from. They checked everything. It wasn't like when you come to the United States, you just scan your passport and that's it, and they'll give you like a question or two. They scanned our passports to make sure they weren't fake. They patted us. They looked at our luggage, like right then and there. It was just a little bit more like extreme in a way, but I don't know. Like, why is it so hard to go places? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it so hard to come to?
Because you don't want the wrong people to come to your country.
They're still gonna come. Look at us.
Yeah, but I'll give you the example of like before 9/11, airport security wasn't as strict. Then that happened,
True.
And then now they double check for cavities.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a reason why they do it.
I mean, that's necessary.
That's very.
It's
necessary.
1,000% necessary. Like, I want to make sure that I'm gonna live on this plane. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if it falls, I want to make sure that it's not because of an attack. Yeah, that's always
going down in an airplane must suck.
Top 5 worst things.
But I feel like it's also a good way to go because you're not gonna feel anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but I mean the fall, you're gonna feel that fear.
I mean, you're gonna feel that fear, but it's gonna be for like 5 minutes, and then you're done. You're out of this world.
So it might be the longest 5 minutes of your life,
and it'll be the last. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter at that point. But it just sucks. Like think measures like that. I don't want to say that because it's gonna sound counter. It's gonna sound like what's it called? Is that?
It depends on what you're gonna say.
I don't think it's what I'm trying to say.
Say it. I'm gonna figure it out.
The train left the station. Go. Yeah, I'll pass it over to you.
No, I mean, I wanted to show you that video because it definitely rubbed me the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
How, like I said, I felt she was crying a little too hard for the camera, but I also felt like the people that were recording just didn't give a fuck. Like, if you were trying to take a video of that poor lady to make me feel bad about her situation, the fact that the whole border is closed now, I don't feel nothing. I feel angry at the journalist that is showing me the news because how heartless you seem reporting the news.
It's their job, though.
Is it though?
It's their job. Yeah, if you go to like any reporting job and they're like, you have to be at the war zone, you have to get the ugly parts, and that unfortunately that is the ugly part. It's like,
I had the phone on her face is what really bothered me.
Okay, but why didn't it bother you when they were showing us headless babies?
What the fuck shows that?
You didn't see that video? No. Oh my god, when the whole Gaza thing was happening, like straight up, like Palestine and all that, like straight up headless babies.
I never saw that.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of shit.
Yeah. Honestly, I only saw the blurred version. I didn't get to find. I didn't say that would get canceled. But the one video that I was like, it made my skin crawl was the girl that was coming out of the van, and her pants were just
soaking
full of blood.
Yeah, I saw that video.
The one that had been abused. For her to be bleeding that much, that video was the one that made me feel things that I never want to feel. I hope if that girl's alive, I hope she's okay.
Yeah. If
she's not alive, then I hope her soul finds rest. But I get it. Like, I get why you're like, why would you do that? But that's part of the job.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that those people, maybe in this Palestine, Gaza, all that, it was the people doing it, so I don't think they gave a fuck. But journalists that go to war all the time and they're like, we're seeing this destruction.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I just don't think that this immigration is as deep as that, you know? Because you see reports of people going to actual war zones, or like, for example, when they go to these narco states in Mexico, and they show you the reality of people, how like sometimes you find heads on a cooler
on trash bags
and trash bag. So that's real, you know, like that happens. But this one's just like how many ladies and how many men, how many people cry every day because they get their visa denied.
Yeah,
it's not that deep. It's just the fact that the phone was on her face. It was like this.
I see what you're saying. You know? Like it's just
if it was like
invasive.
And it wasn't like, to me, it wasn't a real news because that shit has been happening for the last 50 years probably in America. Like, tell me something new. If you hear the news, tell me something new.
But it's because of the timing.
Yeah.
Like it just happened yesterday.
But I'm pretty sure you're gonna find a sad story that will make me connect more.
But that's not stories. Like this is the real time news that's happening. Like we are living through a history book. You know what I'm saying? Like we are the history book. So
we're living through this moment.
We're living through things. Just more things. Just add it to the books. add it to the list of things of historical events that we've been through.
For real. Do you think we're the generation that lived the most? No,
I think there's got to be a lot of things going on that we don't know about. Like,
no. I'm saying the generation that lived through more historic events.
And no, I understood the question, but I'm saying like I'm like, can you imagine living through like the Boston Tea Party? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine like the Great Depression? Like, I don't know. I'm sure there's other things that must have happened those years.
I mean, for us,
Prohibition. Imagine
alcoholic folks. Yeah. We have a couple big events. We got 9/11. We got the COVID. We got the first black president.
We have the 2008 recession.
We had that. We had the iPhone.
We had technological boom.
Technology go crazy.
I think that
we are the first generation that is probably going to have like some kind of robotina, you know.
Yes, I mean, have you seen the videos of like
in Florida? Yes.
What?
The robots.
The robots like follow people in the malls.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like it's giving Wall-E. It's giving like I think Wall-E's gonna happen at some point. Honestly, like it has to.
Yes.
You know. Yeah.
We're killing it. That's what I'm saying.
The planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're killing the planet.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if we're the generation that has experienced the most historic moments.
I don't know. Let's talk to a boomer.
Because I mean, they experienced World War II.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure all generations go through their fair share of historical events. I mean, the world's ever changing. You know,
true that.
We're living through the Ukrainian, Russia thing, like Palestine.
Yeah, but that's not really our war. We just put our nose in it. Well, not always.
But it's part of the world. Like it does. Yep. I think it does have to do. Like maybe it's not part of our personal. Just like the California fire. Sorry, I don't do this. But it does make you think of like the world as a whole. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like California fire, something like global warming or whatever. Like Palestine, I think of genocide. Like we really are living through another like Nazi event. You know, just ethnic cleansing. Is that what they call it? Yeah. Which sucks. Yeah. Like it's just scary as hell.
That is bananas.
It's craziness out here. Every day it's crazy.
But we gotta be optimistic for the future.
We sure do. We gotta try because we failing. All right.
Let's wrap it up.
I think that was juicy. What?
I don't know.
I think that was juicy. I think that was good. You know, real life talking over here. We're just trying to make it by. Another day.
Another done. Trying to share and spread the word and the love.
Look at that. That was perfect.
Oh yeah, me too though. Oh my god. A water.
Because
it's cold.
It's freezing. It's -17 outside.
It's not -17.
It feels like -17 outside.
It's like 20 outside.
I don't care. It feels like -17 outside. So
now imagine the really cold states.
No, that's why I will never. I belong in I'm Mexican. I belong naked somewhere. Like I need.
On a coal mine.
Absolutely not. Not in a coal mine. I belong.
On a field picking tomatoes, avocado.
Avocados from Mexico. That's a real thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a real thing. It's a commercial, and if you look at your avocado, they say avocados from Mexico.
Yeah, avocados from Mexico. That's the only place where it really grows in like huge
Abundance.
amounts. Yeah, in abundance. It's like tequila or that famous wine, champagne.
In France. Yeah. No, if you, I don't know if the commercials are still happening, but it would be like avocados from Mexico. So, anyways. Anyways. Thank you for listening.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, don't start yawning.
Well, sorry guys. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
A cold day. A cold gets me sleepy. Cold gets me sleepy.
Cold is diabolical.
Yes.
Cold is not the vibe. So, anyways.
It was a little political, but it was good though. It was good.
This is the type of politics I like though. This is real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this just happened yesterday. Or today?
Not yesterday.
Yesterday. What did I do?
Nothing.
I got a job yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Unemployment. Let me shut it up. Guys, wrap it up.
Let's get the hell out of here. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. We love you. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Have fun. Cheers.